Okay, once again, let's continue. This is 1964 Douglas Engelbart. So I am actually discussing about 10 minutes and then I actually noticed na wala na palang mic yung aking na-deadbat pala yung aking headphones kasi this is a wireless connection and then ayun, kumbaga na low bat siya. Yun, sayang kasi I need to repeat again the discussion for since 1964. But rather, okay, it's okay lang. Uh, Once again, Douglas Engelbart, 1964 shows a prototype of the modern computer with a mouse and graphical user interface. So, I've already discussed earlier, kaso syempre hindi nyo narinig, that graphical user interface is everything that you can see with your cell phone, monitor. So, it's everything that makikita nyo with menu, icon, titles, mga images. That's graphical user interface. So, that's why others may seem to call it interface or user interface or UI kung you are familiar. So, since ang isang device with UI, kailangan mo siyang i-hover or kailangan mo siyang kontrolin just like how I control this mouse on my screen is that you need to have a mouse or early prototype of mouse called the XY position indicator for a display system. This marks the evolution of a computer from specialized machine for scientists and mathematicians to technology that is more accessible to general public. So the meaning is that the computer are now trying to be commercialized to the public people. Baga hindi na mga government lang or mga scientist yung gagamit nung um, computer. So this is the example of the XY position indicator for the display system. So everything that is displaying again is called the graphical user interface. Ngayon to click the menus, hover on the icons. Okay? So ito yung ginagamit ninyo nung panahon nila. So ngayon kasi, 'di ba, ang evolution kasi niyan, kagaya niyan, XY position. So yung XY position na yan is mayroon siyang wheel. And then nung panahon namin, it started with actually yung mga rotating balls inside the mouse. So ngayon meron na siyang laser sensor na tinitignan para makita yung iyong movements for the mouse. Ngayon, 1969, a group of developers in Bell Labs created the Unix, namely Ken Thompson and Dennis. They produced the operating system that addressed compatibility issues written in the C programming language. So Unix was portable across multiple platforms and became the operating system of choice among mainframes and large companies. So meaning yung mga businesses, pine-preferred nila itong si Unix. Unlike, ang sabi dito, due to the slow nature of the system, it is never quite gain traction among home PC users. Since kinommercialize yung mga computer, many people actually don't like to use this kumbaga operating system. Again, to have the idea of what is a operating system, we are now using the operating system called Microsoft Windows. So before we have this Microsoft Windows, we have this Unix. Okay, so ito itsura niya. Yan, ginagamit siya on government purposes. So 1971, Alan Shugart leads a team of IBM engineers who invented the floppy disk, allowing the data to be shared among computers. So, imagine yung data mo, i-share mo through computers. Right now, it can be shared through Bluetooth, Google Drive, and many things that is actually wireless. But back then, ito yung mga early flash drive natin. So, ang tawag sa kanya ay floppy disk. So, this floppy disk, the older ones are the larger ones. So, meaning, itong mga kulay black yung pinakamatanda. Tapos, sumunod yung orange and then up until dito sa may diagonal cut on the last, which is the color blue. Itong color blue ay ang natitirang disk or floppy disk na naabutan ko before it evolved into a diskette into much smaller type of floppy disk. Ngayon, ito ay mga nag nag-store ng about kilobytes. It's not about megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes. So back then, you store something on a kilobyte, which is basically a data of an image na na sobrang liit. Back then, for example, you will be saving something on a Friendster. Kailangan mo pang pumunta sa computer shop tapos sila yung mag-save para sa'yo kasi sobrang mahal ng computer noon. Ngayon, yung babayad ka siguro 150 no, tapos isi-save lang sa floppy disk. Tapos after 1 month or 3 months, you will discover that yung floppy disk mo nabagsak kasi na nag-corrupt na yung memory. So, ang liit-liit na nung data nawawala pa. Okay, so that's floppy disk for us. And right now, it's very kumbaga convenient for us that we can actually save things up on our flash drive and Google Drive or cloud storage. Okay, so 1973, Robert Metcalf, a member of research staff for Xerox, the photocopying machine company, develops Ethernet for connecting multiple computers and other hardware. For example, yung mga hardware such as yung photocopying machine nila or yung mga printers nila, they created a wired device so that they can actually connect within each other. So, para mag-boom din yung business nila. For example, this is the Ethernet one. Mas kilala nyo siya sa kinoconnect sa router para magkaroon ng internet. But, etong si Ethernet kasi ay kumbaga pinanglalan din or local area network kung saan nagko-connect yung mga PC, ganun. Ngayon, ang latest version ng Ethernet natin is Cat6 and we actually have this wireless connectivity na din and will be later discussed. But yung Ethernet kasi achieves the highest connectivity, kumbaga achieves the highest connectivity speed. But right now, the emergence of Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 7 can actually achieve the same feat. Kumbaga, the speed of the wired connectivity can achieve by the wireless connectivity na din. So, I'm guessing that someday this Ethernet will not be actually be used more than ever kasi nga sino ba naman yung gusto mag wired connectivity if we can actually have the wireless ones with the same speed. Actually, kaya siya ginagamit right now kasi mas mabilis, low latency, at mas, kumbaga, walang downtime. Okay, so 1975, Paul Allen and Bill Gates, the January issue of Popular Electronics magazine features the Altair 8080. So, described as the world's first mini-computer kit to rival the commercial models. So, they actually intended to work on a portable one. Offer right software. Siyempre, yung portable back then is not actually a portable right now. Yung mga portable kasi right now is actually tablets, cellphones. But yung sa kanila, malalaki pa yan eh. Okay, so these two computer geeks is actually the founders of the software company called Microsoft. So on April 4, the success of this first endeavor, the two childhood friends created this company. So this software for Altair is the new basic language na ginagamit nila. Okay, so let's move forward by 19. So this is the Microsoft and kung kailan nila siya ginawa. 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, just like after a year, started Apple Computers on April Fool's Day, which means it is April 1, 1976, roll out the Apple I, the first computer with a single circuit board according to Stanford University. So this computer with a single circuit board is just like this one presented to you. Yung Apple computer na yan does have a single circuit board, more commonly known on today na motherboard. Okay, so this motherboard is actually something that hindi siya upgradable, like hinihinang kasi yung mga things dito eh. Hindi, wala namang mga chips na detachable kasi nga since this is the first time na nagbe-breakthrough pala yung mga computers, so hindi pa nila naiisip na they could be further enhancements in the future days, and wala namang mga slots o mga kumbaga yung mga PCIe slots na paglalagyan ng mga devices. So yung single motherboard na yan ay dyan kumbaga nagkaroon ng building block yung mga present day computers. So 1977, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak incorporate Apple and showed the Apple II at the first West Coast Computer Fair. It offers colored graphics. So this time we have colored graphics and incorporate audio cassette drive for storage. So if you can actually kumbaga observe that how Microsoft works and how Apple works, the Microsoft company more focused on business and mga operations. And then this Apple company is more focused on lifestyle not actually operation but actually personal lifestyle of people. So kaya sila ay nag-invent ng mga devices kung saan for entertainment purposes, sa ikagagaan ng pang-araw-araw na buhay ng personal na tao. That's why meron pang audio cassette drive for storage. Mayroon pang colored graphics. So, 'di ba, kung ba't ka naman mag-audio cassette if you are working with company back then, baka mapagalitan ka pa ng boss mo. Pero yan, this is Apple II computer. And meron na siyang color. So, 1978, Dan Bricklin and Bob Frankston, accountants, rejoice at the introduction of VisiCalc, also known as Visible Calculator, the first computerized spreadsheet program originally released for Apple II. So, these programs, itong mga software na to was first seen on Apple computers. So, if you are familiar with the movies na kanina ko pa binabanggit, which is about Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or anything na innovation back nung panahon nila, ay sinasabi doon na meron naging anomaly and parang kinopya yung meron. But on history, you can actually see na yung softwares was first introduced through Apple computers talaga. Okay? So si VisiCalc would later be the prototype of the spreadsheet and also spreadsheet ni Google and actually the Excel of Microsoft. So si Visible Calculator, ayan. So ganyan itsura ng mga early spreadsheets natin. So 1979, Rob Barnaby, word processing becomes a reality as MicroPro International releases WordStar. Okay, so by 1979, the defining change was to add margins and word wrap. Ngayon, it is more presentable pagka titignan mo na yung mga emails. Additional changes included getting rid of command mode, adding a print function. Okay, so he says, I was the technical brains. I figured out how to do it and did it and documented it. Okay, so this is actually the prototype of another software, of the very common one called the Google Docs and also the Microsoft Word. So, WordStar siya. So, wala naman, walang ebidensya. Pero may hawig na hawig yung ano, no, yung pangalan. So, this is the early um, view or the user interface when you are working on a WordStar. Diba? Nakakapag-highlight, may font, nakakapag-italic. So, great invention. 1981, International Business Machines, the first IBM computer codename Acorn is introduced. So, gumawa sila ng computer, personal computer. It uses Microsoft's MS-DOS operating system. So, from early kanina ng mga computer to mechanical. So, ngayon na ginamit na siya for personal use. Okay, wait lang, inom lang. So, ginamit na yung computer for personal use. When we started earlier kanina, makikita natin na yung computers was just only to compute things out and padaliin yung mga bagay na hindi pwede makompute. But right now, naiiba na yung kanyang focus. Computer is not just to compute alone, but to help and document things, to actually give operations. So this MS-DOS operating system, it has an Intel chip, 2 floppy disk, and an optional color monitor. Sears and Roebuck and Computerland sell machines, marking its first time a computer is available through outside distributors. So nagbebenta na sila. Pinapalaganap na nila yung bentahan ng computer. So ito na nagsimula yung term na PC, personal computer. So IBM Acorn. Para magkaroon yung mga tao ng computer. So 1983, Apple Lisa is the first personal computer with GUI. Again, first personal computer with GUI. Kanina may GUI yung computer, but it's not a personal computer. It also features a drop-down menu and icons. It flops but eventually evolves into Macintosh, on which you are calling Mac right now or nowadays. So, si Mac, kaya siya Mac, ay coming from the word Macintosh. The Gavilan SC is the first portable computer with familiar flip form factor and the first to be marketed as a laptop. So meron na si Gavilan Gavilan SC, but the whole itsura ni IBM Acorn is this one. Sorry. This is the Acorn. So, this will be the Apple. Apple 1 to. Ito yung Apple Lisa. Yan. So, makikita mo may logo. So, this is Apple Lisa. Makikita mo may mga menus, may mouse, may keyboard. Ano mas maganda? So, parang mas maganda to, no? Mas malinis tignan. But, if you can see of this, I think, mas maganda yung pina-perform na to. And they are telling me that it is somehow comfortable. Kasi yung mga, not comfortable, sorry, portable. Kasi yung mga portable nila dati, kung mapapanood nyo yung mga early films, talagang binubuhat nila yung mga computers nila. So, 1985, Microsoft announces Windows according to Encyclopedia Britannica. So, meron ng Windows. This was the company's response to Apple's GUI. Yan kasi nagkaroon sila ng UI, di ba? So, pinangalanan na ngayon yung operating system nila. So, Windows. Which is, ang pinaka-topic dito is kamukhang-kamukha nung Apple GUI. Okay? Which features advanced audio and video. Capabilities. So, ayun. If you want to be familiar with that problem or issue, you can actually search for the internet and also panood ng mga movies. So, 1990, Tim Berners-Lee, a researcher at CERN, the High Energy Physics Laboratory in Geneva, develops hypertext markup language, or what you call as HTML, giving rise to the World Wide Web. Okay, so ngayon, sa World Wide Web ang tinatawag nating internet. So imagine, before ma-develop ito, kung wala pa kasing search engine back then. So, kung wari gusto mong pumunta on the specific website, you have to, kumbaga type everything that is on the address so that you'll be able to browse the World Wide Web. Wala siyang parang directory na search. I-type mo yung FB, lalabas lahat ng result. Walang ganun. So, hypertext markup language for the websites, HTML. So, ngayon, 1996, Sergey Brin and Larry Page developed the Google search engine at Stanford University. So, this time, magkakaroon na ng parang directory of every websites na meron si internet. So, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, magkaiba kasi yung internet itself at sa search engine. So, kaya mo nakikita yung mga website na meron kayo ay dahil sa Google search engine. At saka kung bakit pinapaliwanag niya yung mga relevant results dun sa itatype mo sa Google Chrome or sa browser mo. Okay? So, 1996 pa lang yun. Kumbaga yung pinadali na nila yung every directory. Parang table of contents ng lahat ng laman ng ng internet, sorry. So, this is Google. Next is Vic Hayes, 1999. The term Wi-Fi becomes part of the computing language and users begin connecting to the internet without wires. Vic Hayes is regarded as the father of Wi-Fi. So, siya yung father ng Wi-Fi natin, which is actually called wireless fidelity, on which ang latest Wi-Fi connectivity natin is Wi-Fi 7. You can actually browse Shopee kung gusto nyo makita yung mga latest features of this Shopee or Lazada or TikTok Shop. Baka sabihin nag-endorse on a specific product. So, 2001, Apple unveils the Mac OS X operating system, which provides the protected memory architecture and preemptive multitasking. So, among other benefits not to be outdone, Microsoft rolls out Windows XP. So, nung nilabas ni Apple si OS X, eto naman yung paglabas ng Windows XP, which has significantly redesigned GUI. Nakakamukha na naman, no? So, yan. So, makita nyo sa Apple GUI, nandito yung close, yung restore, and minimize. But, doon naman sa atin sa Windows is nasa kanan. So, the first 64-bit processor is AMD's Athlon 64 becomes available to the consumer market. Originally codenamed as Clawhammer by AMD. Ngayon, anong maganda? Threadripper. So, this is Clawhammer. Ngayon, ito si AMD, gumawa siya ng ganito. AMD Athlon 64. So, si AMD Athlon ay processor. Yan, malaki yan. Ay, maliit, sorry. Maliit yan. Ganito lang yung kalaki. Okay? So, si AMD Athlon class ay ang CPU mo or Central Processing Unit. Okay? So, ito ay ang main brain of the computer. So, by 2003, yung 64-bit na first time na nailabas. So, 2004, Mozilla's Firefox challenges Microsoft Internet Explorer na sobrang bagal back then. Kasi buhay na ako ng 2004. Naglalaro na ata ako ng computer shop niyan. Yan kasi yung parang napakadaming tao sa computer shop nung panahon na yan. So, the dominant web browser, Facebook, a social networking site, launches developed by Mark Zuckerberg. So, the Mozilla Firefox was actually good. That's the fastest noong 2004 after ma-takeover ng Google Chrome. So, Internet Explorer was actually very slow. Napakatagal mag-loading ng website. If I remember, siguro minuto, no? Excuse. yung Mozilla Firefox was actually just like the performance of the Google Chrome, but when Google Chrome actually arrived, sobrang bilis kasi talaga. Pag pindot mo lang right now, 'di ba? You experience na when you click on a website, or if you are searching for something, it's just one click away and then it will load everything up. Unlike the Mozilla Firefox, hindi siya ganun. 2005, YouTube video sharing service is founded by Jawed Karim, Chad Early, and Steve Chen. So, balik tayo. Before I proceed on the YouTube, ganun kahalagay every second back then. It can be lost to a company. Kasi hindi naman mabagal si Mozilla. Actually, pagka-click mo yung website na gusto mo sa Mozilla, it's around 3 seconds back then. 1, 2, 3, tas load. But kasi sa Google Chrome, pag pindot mo pa lang, load. So mas maraming users switch on a new platform ng browser. Lalo naman sa Internet Explorer, why would you stay for a minute or 30 seconds back then just to load something? So kaya nag-switch yung mga tao into a web browser that is more fit, na sobrang bilis na one click away, lalabas na yung load. Yun lang. I just want to share that every second matters on technology. 2005, YouTube, a video sharing service, is founded by Jawed Karim, Chowdhury, and Steve Chen. So this is the company later acquired by, let's ano nga natin. YouTube is acquired by, actually it is acquired by Google on November 2006. Lagi ko kasi ito dinidiscuss. This is the friendship of Chad Karim, Chowdhury, and Steve Chen, but they are very young nung na-develop nila to si YouTube. And I don't know if they know the potential of this website, and if you are on 2025, kung ibebenta mo ba talaga siya, 'di ba? So, so nung in-acquire siya ni Google, dun very dominating na si Google. Binili, I don't know kung papayag kayo, pero binili siya ng 1.65 billion. Okay? Sa kila Chadderly, Jawed Karim, and Steve Chen. So, imagine if you are the one on their foot. I don't know kung ibebenta nyo kasi di ba malaking pera. But if you actually think that YouTube will be something like this, hindi mo siguro siya ibebenta. Pero, test mic, ayun. Baka kasi ang maging problem natin is that kung hindi natin ibenta yung YouTube, kung sabihin na natin na sila yung ano niyan, 'di ba? Gumawa, tas hindi nila binenta, would the YouTube is still successful as how the Google work out on this project? So I think much better pa rin yung ginawa nila. So they actually have the money. Kasi pagka tayo sobrang greedy, we wanted YouTube on our own. Baka mamaya hindi mo siya ganito ma-market eh. Tapos isa pa, pag nalaman ni Google on how you created the YouTube, gagawa na lang yan ng sarili niya. So that's how actually innovation works. 'Di ba nga nung gumagawa si Apple ng computer, so IBM also look at their project, tas gumawa sila ng sarili nila. So ayaw mo ibenta, so gawa kami nito. Unahan ka namin. Yun lang, if you are smart enough, mas mas maganda yung packaging mo on the other companies, sige go. For example, many are trying to outrun the Facebook. Pero still, si Mark Zuckerberg yung nananaig, di ba? They tried other social media, yes, not networks or platforms, but si Mark Zuckerberg can still stand on his own, which is the better place for social media, yung Facebook. Uh, Trying ni X, di ba? Pero still, yung Facebook is way more users, mas komportable. So, you should think more of things on the present. Baka kasi mamaya pagsisihan mo. Pero sabi ko nga, kung talagang very competitive ka, pwede mo naman ilaban. Like, kailangan mo lang talunin yung company like Google kung talagang gusto mo ma-achieve yun. Okay? So, let's move forward. This is YouTube back then. Wala naman masyadong pinagbago. Puro UI enhancements lang. 2006, Apple introduces MacBook Pro, its first Intel-based dual-core mobile computer as well as Intel-based iMac. Nintendo's Wii game console hits the market. So, basically, Apple, everything for entertainment. And portability, consumer things. So, 2007 iPhone brings many computers uh, functions to smartphone, colloquially known as the iPhone 2G, the first iPhone conceived an idea by the Apple CEO Steve Jobs. If you can actually watch the latest movie called The BlackBerry, kung paano nagunaw yung company ng isang great standing company just because of the emergence of iPhone, makikita mo kung gaano siya kahalaga. They actually tried to compete with this one. Pero kasi, Apple basically put a whole computer on a cellphone. So, lahat kaya mong gawin doon. Kaya mo mag-browse na internet, mag-picture, mag-edit, mag-email. So, one package siya sa iPhone. And 2009, Microsoft launches Windows 7, which offers the ability to pin applications to the taskbar, advanced, which is pinapadali na lang ni Windows yung mga buhay ng mga nagbi-business and nag-ooperate on the business platforms. And 2010, si Apple naman ay mas pinoprovidean ng mas magandang bagay yung mga lifestyle people, which is nilabas nila si iPad. And then 2011, Google starts to compete on their own laptop, which is Chromebook, on which naka Google Chrome OS din. So, hindi sila nag-buy ng OS ni Microsoft, which is Windows. Hindi rin sila nag-Mac. So, Google is trying to invade the battle within Microsoft and Apple. But they are actually failed on this kasi wala ka naman makitang nagla-laptop or nagko-computer on a Google OS, Google Chrome OS, and also wala ka rin makikita na Chromebook right now. I guess may mga taong may Chromebook pero hindi siya kumbaga masyadong malaki sa market. So 2015, Apple releases Apple Watch. Microsoft focuses on their operating system, which is Windows 10. So that's all. Ito kasi defense research na to, molecular informatics is for a deep IT kumbaga innovation. So for us na very enthusiast sa technology, so dito na lang tayo mag-stop sa 2015, on which a 10-year gap to 2025. We'll be having an activity sa next meeting natin. So kailan yung next meeting nung section mo? Dun ka attend, tapos we'll be having a kumbaga mga anong tawag dito? Identification questions, and it's all about this topic. Okay? Kung sino yung mga umattend, you'll be having this uh, discussion. I believe on the other section, merong kailangan. Pero siguro mga 15 questions or I'll try to work out with 30 questions pero different different answer sheets. Okay? So still our assignment is not yet uploaded since I am having a hard time on this Microsoft account and Teams. It's not very user friendly as the Google Classroom. I hope you have I have your sympathy with this one. And ibibigay ko sa inyo yung link once everything is done and you can submit your assignment. But still, right now you can work on your assignments and submit it agad pagka nag-open na ako ng link. So, if there are further questions, you can actually ask me on our group chat, and kung merong sobrang important matter sa PM but siguro sobrang hirap bago ko makita. So, anyway, very sorry. That's all for the topic natin for the history of computers. We'll be proceeding for the all about computers by next meeting natin. But again, unahin natin yung ating activity with regards this discussion. So you need to review. Okay, thank you very much everyone for listening and see you again on our next meeting.